Hello, welcome to Just Learn Civil. In this tutorial, we will learn about the design of septic tank. Septic tank is a storage tank as well as the digestion tank. Here, anaerobic digestion takes place in the tank. Anaerobic digestion is done by the anaerobic bacteria which acts in the absence of oxygen. That is, in this septic tank, there is no presence of oxygen. The septic tank should be leak proof. Why? Because the septic tank receives sewage from the toilet and the urinals of the buildings, house, residential, commercial, etc. And they are not treated. So initially they are harmful, and when they leak to the environment, it will cause pollution to the soil and the water resources nearby. So the septic tank should be leak proof. And after digestion, the solid and liquid are separated and the liquid escapes to the soak pit or the drain field. Now the components of septic tank. All the components of the septic tank are here shown in the figure. This is the inlet pipe. The toilet and the urinals of the buildings are connected to this inlet pipe. The inlet pipe passes the sewage from the toilet and urinal to the septic tank. Now after the sewage enters the septic tank, anaerobic digestion takes place in the absence of oxygen. There is no oxygen in the tank. The bacteria is initially seeded, which are the anaerobic bacteria, and they act on those sewage and converts it into sludge and liquid. The scum materials which have density less than the water floats above, like oil, grease, fats, etc. And the sludge material which have density more than the water settles at the bottom of the tank. Now the water which have been separated, this passes from one compartment to the another compartment through baffle valve, and finally it escapes from the outlet to the soak pit or the drain field. So the components are inlet pipe which joins the toilet urinal to the septic tank. Outlet pipe, it lets the treated water to exit from the septic tank. And baffle valve is the internal structure or internal valve. It prevents the direct flow of inlet to the outlet. Suppose the sewage passes from the inlet pipe here, and if there are no baffle valve, then it will directly pass from the outlet pipe. This will give no time to treat the effluent, and the effluent untreated will go to the soak pit or the septic tank. Again, it will be leaked to the environment and cause pollution to the soil and water. Manhole cover are provided for regular inspection of the compartments. Vent pipe, while anaerobic bacteria acts on it, various gases are produced which are released from this vent pipe. It acts like a ventilation. Now already we discussed about the scum layer, which are the layer of floating solids. Wastewater, after treatment we get three layers. One is the scum water and the another is sludge. Anaerobic bacteria breaks the solid material into liquid and sludge. The sludge settles at the bottom and liquid escapes. You can see the route through which liquid escapes. This T is provided so that the scum does not escape from this outlet pipe to the soak pit, because if this scum is escaped or the untreated water escapes, then the soak pit will have untreated water and effluent which will cause pollution to the surrounding. Soak pit is not leak proof. It is like a honeycombed structure of the wall which allow absorption to the soil. So if the untreated effluent are here, then it will be released into the soil, ultimately causing the pollution to the soil as well as the water source nearby. Now we know the working of the septic tank and the components of the septic tank. Here we will design the size of the septic tank, that is L into H into B. Let us see the basic design criteria. Tank dimension. These are the criteria this is the minimum value this variable should have, and this is the maximum value in units. Now for the detention time means when the septic enters through this tank, through this pipe in the tank, then it will stay here for some days. Its velocity is decreased and it will get enough time for the digestion. That time is called the detention time. Width of the tank, it is not shown here. In the plan you can see here, this is the baffle wall. This is the width of the tank. Minimum width of the tank is 0.75 meter and maximum is 4 meter. Depth of the tank, this is the depth of the tank. This is the effective depth, and above it is the freeboard. Depth of the tank should be 1 to 1.8. Freeboard should be 0.3 to 0.45. Again, L by B ratio should be 2 to 4. Length by breadth ratio. This is the length. Length by breadth ratio should be 2 to 4. Now we need to find the volume the septic tank can accommodate. Volume is the summation of V1 plus V2 plus V3. V1 is the volume required for settling of the sewage, then the volume required for the digestion of the sewage, and finally the volume required for the storage of the sewage. Now how long we need to store this? We need to store this for up to the cleaning period. Cleaning period is represented by capital T, and depending upon the years it gives the value of CDS, which is used in the V3. So basically we have V1 plus V2 plus V3. V1 is the volume for settling of sewage, and V2 is required for the digestion, and finally after digestion the solid must settle and it is given a separate volume. You can see here this is represented as V3. This is V3, and the cleaning period is here 1, 2, 3 and 0.5. It means you have to clean the tank regularly in this period. And while cleaning the tank, what you remove from the tank is V3 and this scum. Liquid escapes to the soak pit as usual, but while cleaning the tank or after the cleaning period, you will erase this sludge and scum. Now depending upon this design criteria, we will design the septic tank. Let us design for n equals to 20 persons and the sewage input is equals to 100 liters per person per day. Assume this variable a value within this range. Imagine let t is equals to 2 days. It is between 1 and 3 days. Capital T is the cleaning period, which you can see in the bottom. Let it is 3 and d is equals to 1 meter. It can be assumed from 1 to 1.8, and L by B is equals to 2, which can be assumed between 2 and 4. Then freeboard is equals to 0.3, which can be assumed between 0.3 and 0.45. The first step is to find the quantity of sewage. Now we have liters, 100 liters per person per day. Multiply it with number of persons. Number of persons means P cancel, you will get liter per day. Then divide by 1000, you will get cubic meter per day. Now we know the quantity of sewage in cubic meter per day. Step 1 completed. Now go to step 2, find the volume. We already saw the formula V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now V1 is equals to Q into T. This is the Q, quantity of sewage. Q into T. Small t means detention time. We have assumed it to be 2. So V1 is equals to 2 into 2 is equals to 4 cubic meter. B2 is equals to 0.0425 times of n. N is the number of persons into 20, because we have 20 number of persons. It is 0.85 cubic meter. Now V3 is equals to CDS into N. CDS means it depends upon the cleaning period. We have assumed cleaning period to be 3 years. So it is 0.085. 0.085 into 20 is equals to 1.7 cubic meter. Now add all this, we will get 6.55 as the volume of tank required. Now we have volume. We know area is equals to volume. D into area is equals to volume. D is the depth. For area, we have L into B, and we know the L by B ratio is equals to 2. So L is equals to 2 times of B. Input here, 2 times of B into B is equals to V, and we have assumed depth as 1 meter. So 1 into 2 into B, and we have volume 6.55 cubic meter. Now from this equation you can find the value of B, which is 6.55 is divided by 2 root under. Now what you get here is in meter, and that is the width of the tank. That width should not be less than 0.75 and not more than 4 meter. Once you know the value of B, you can find the value of L from this ratio. L is equals to 2 times of B. Now you know D, L and B. Now add freeboard to the effective depth. You will get the overall depth. Overall depth into length into breadth. That is the dimension of your tank. In the step 3, as we saw there, we are finding the surface area, which is V is divided by D, that is 6.55 square meter. Now using the equation of A is equals to L into B and replacing the value with L by B equals to 2, we get P is equals to 1.809. Now you can adopt the nearest value 1.81 meter. Now find L, which is 2 times of B, that is 3.62 meter. Now overall depth is found by effective depth and freeboard, which is 1.3 here. Now finally you can provide the dimension 3.62 meter into 1.81 meter into 1.3 meter. That is the dimension of the septic tank. Here this is the overall depth is 1.3 meter and the length of the septic tank is 3.62 meter, and in the plan this is 3.62 meter, then this is 1.81 meter in the plan, and this is the depth. In this way you can design the septic tank. Once you know the number of the persons and how much sewage is generated per person per day, you can assume it to be 100 and proceed to calculate the dimensions of the septic tank. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment box. Please subscribe, share and like for such video in the future.